Today we're going to talk about this card in front of us, the Kobe Bryant holiday card from Upper Deck. The unique thing about this card is this card in the front of the card contains a piece of Santa suit worn by Kobe Bryant. These cards were only given out to Upper Deck employees during the 2000 holiday season. These cards are very hard to come by and very rare. So what you're seeing here is one of these cards that I just talked about, the Kobe Bryant Santa card. Now, before I get into details on this card, about the grade and some more detail about this card, if you found value from this video after viewing it, please hit the like button and also subscribe to my channel, Hipposcene. So let's get started. So once again, this card was only available for Upper Deck employees. It's a holiday card back in 2000. So if you think about it, it's quite rare since, it was not made available to be purchased outside of employees. So this is a very unique item. You can probably go online and take a look at some of those auction sites and kind of get an idea of where the prices are on this. But I pretty much want to just talk about this card. So this card right here was graded at 8.5 by Beckett Grading. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with Beckett Grading, but Beckett is one of these third-party vendors that collectors can go to get their cards graded, whether it's sports cards or non-sports cards. They're very similar to kind of like PSA. And then also, I think there's a new one that just started recently, CGC, which originally graded comic books. I kind of like Beckett because Beckett actually breaks everything down by 0.5s. And they also have a different color scheme. Basically, anything under 8 is kind of just a whitish with some Beckett words on it. And anything above 8.5 or above is like a metal, a silver. And then I'll probably do another video in the future with a pristine one, which is a gold pristine plated color, which was graded out of 10. But back to this card. So this card is a Kobe Bryant Santa game jersey that was worn by Kobe. And basically has no number, as you can see right here. It says no number, Kobe Bryant. Now, the grade on this card, the centering is 10. So basically 10 means it's pristine. And then the corners are 8. So the corners are what kind of brought it down. And the edges, which is right here, this edges right here, these were graded at 8.5. And then the surface of the card was graded at also 9.5 actually. So that's a gem mint. Not pristine, not perfect, like 10, but gem mint. So these cards, they're kind of tough to get them in really good conditions. I think the highest grade, if I read correctly, because I went online and looked at one of those auction sites, is the 9 was actually the highest. I mean, I don't have access to the Beckett population report because you have to actually be sign up and register for that, be a member. But I saw that auction item and it says that a 9 was the highest grade ever given. So there wasn't anything past a 9, a 9.0 or 9. So 8.5 is, the next step, just right under 9. And this one is graded 8.5 near mint to mint plus. You can probably also look it up on the population report, these numbers here, right here, and it'll give you an idea of, this card is authentic. This is a really nice encapsulation. This encapsulation is actually pretty big encapsulated, not like your typical card. If you look at it, think about the iPhone. It's even bigger than the iPhone. This thing right here, this capsulation. So as you can see, there's the Kobe Bryant right there sitting with the gifts. That's the jersey that Kobe wore. And then Kobe right here wearing a Santa Claus jacket along with some gifts behind. Made by Upper Deck, which is one of the few card companies out there that deals with a lot of different sports and different non-sports and a lot of memorabilia items. I think another one would be Topps, and then I think there's like Flair, which is another company. There's a lot out there. Once you go online, you can figure it out because there's a lot of trading card companies that actually produce trading cards. And it says up here, 2000 holiday season Kobe Bryant Santa suit card. Now, once again, just want to make sure these were only available to employees. So I wasn't an employee, so I didn't get one of these. But when the employees got this, they were actually in a foil wrapper, kind of like when you buy a pack of trading cards outside. It just was in a pack. So if you think about it, once you start opening that pack and you put pressure when you're squeezing on the side of the packs, or if you're pulling the wrappers and it squeezes in, think about that. You know, it really will kind of ding the corners, or maybe even the edges. So that happens, I would assume, especially with the employees when they were opening it. You know. So let's take a look at the back of the card. So here is the back of the card. And then right here it says, Happy Holidays. Congratulations, you have received a special holiday worn Santa suit card straight from Santa's workshop in Carlsbad, California. I think Carlsbad, California is probably where Upper Deck is located. And then right here it says, we hope you enjoy this piece of collectible chair, as we at the Upper Deck Company wish you a very happy holiday season. And then it's inscribed with the CEO at that time, Bryant P. William, CEO. So there's the Upper Deck logo. So you know that this card is authentic. And right here is the grading company's information. They put it on the slab here. But yeah, so this is from Upper Deck. Just another easier reading logo right there, Upper Deck right there. So this card is graded 8.5. It's not an easy card to get at this grade, I would assume, since based on me looking at online at one of the auction sites, that 9 was like the highest card that's out there. There's nothing higher than that graded. And just the rarity on this card. So if you think about it, I don't know how much this card would sell raw, like without grade, but at this grade, it probably at least a couple of Benjamins, a couple of $100. I think the one that I saw for that auction site, for the one that was a 9, they were asking like, I think almost close to $1,000. So that just kind of gives you an idea of, you know, like where the prices are. Now, this card is 8.5, and you know, a 0.5 definitely is a huge difference from something that is valued maybe 3 times from or 4 times from whatever that percentage is from whatever this grade is. So just that 0.5 makes a huge difference. Just because of the rarity of the card, supply and demand. If you notice, Kobe Bryant's been on the news, you know, last year. So a lot of his memorabilia and items, collectibles have increased in prices a lot. So there's a lot of demand out there. I don't know if the demand is still there now, but you know, it's still out there for some collectors. And this piece of card is a very unique piece because it's Santa card too. So just because of the uniqueness of this card, it also adds to the collectability. If there's like a Kobe Bryant fan out there, this is probably a card that any one of those heavy Kobe Bryant fan would want to have a piece to have on their shelves, or, you know, a collectible memorabilia for part of their Kobe collection, just because of the rarity of this card and the uniqueness. I mean, how often do you see a card that has a Santa piece of worn Santa suit on a card, and one of the great players out there for basketball, Hall of Famer. I mean, he was like the closest thing to Michael Jordan, I would assume, out there. So yeah, this is the card. If you look at this too, also the encapsulation is kind of thick, but there is like an kind of like an opening somewhat, because what they do is they slap the cover over here, which this smaller piece in the back goes inside. So it's kind of like a frame that's over a piece that's open in the bottom here, if you can see it. But if you notice this pretty much authentic. You can tell if somebody with these frames, these third-party vendor frames, if somebody try to actually like peel it off and change it or something, you'll see like dent marks or scratches. So like this one that I have right here, you can see that there's none of that right there. You don't see any. It's pretty clean if you look at it. Everything's pretty clean. I'll remove this teddy bear. See, it's very clean. Very clean. Yeah. One other thing I just want to share is that with this card, I've seen where the red patch here, the worn Santa suit, I've seen ones where they actually have a red and a white. I don't know how hard it is to get one of those, or I don't know if those are actually has a higher value or not, but to me, just this piece, just the full red, I mean, it's a very nice card. Yeah, if you guys come across this card or have any idea and you have one yourself, let me know if you know, you've got the one that has a white swatch and red together with it. That'd be great to know. Leave me a comment, let me know. Definitely let's have a dialogue about that. And let me know if you guys have one that's still in a pack. I don't think I've seen those ever. I think everybody pretty much opened it, but, or, you know, they did, like, because it's so old. I mean, 2000, I mean, wow. I mean, gosh, I just got this one like maybe like yeah, like two years right before last year. So I mean, for me, I mean, I don't know how big it was back in 2000, but I mean, this card's nice, so I just wanted to present to everybody. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this.